Let's definitely do that after work on Friday. Oh, please, I gotta go. Is that the iPhone 15 Pro 417 is epic. Get one of us for trade on Alaska's most advanced network. Can I hold it? Okay. If anyone's wondering.
Growing up Alaska makes you, well, a little different. We're an independent bunch, yet we can't get along without each other. We like meeting things and we have meeting things. That's the whole reason we created Club 49, the only travel management program made for Alaskans, so you can be yours. Alaska Airlines, Club 49.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped me get to the first day of my career, a job that I could still hold while I served part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from my service helped me buy my first home. That's why I would be the first to respond to my community ever needs me. To learn more, visit nationalguard.com.
Well, the feast of basketball continues here tonight as the Seawolf men back in action as they get ready to take on a Division II foe. The Wolves of Newberry College come in here tonight to take on the Seawolves. Hi, everybody. Keaton Homer along with you. Glad to have you along wherever you might be tuned in. Seawolves back in action for their third game of 6 here at home. They had 2 games last week against Portland Bible. They handled the Arrows with ease last week on Saturday and Sunday, and now they get back to Division II play here tonight against Newberry. Seawolves trying to pick up their first D2 win of the season. They started off 2-0 against Warner Pacific, who's an NAIA team, and then the Seawolves went on the road to play 5 consecutive road games against Division II competition. They came up shorthanded in all 5 of those games, but able to bounce back with a pair of non-NCAA wins last week against Portland Bible. So the Seawolves have won 2 in a row, but looking to pick up their first D2 win of the season. Newberry comes in 2-2 on the season. They have lost their last 2 games. They have been conference games against Lenore-Rhine and then Tuscaloosa as well. As the Wolves lost 2 in a row, Seawolves have won 2 in a row. So something's got to give here tonight at the Alaska Airlines Center. Seawolf women were on hand earlier tonight. They picked up the victory earlier tonight to improve their record to 7-1 on the season. The men trying to get back to 500 at 5-5 on the year, as the Seawolf men come in 4-5 on the season. Recap of last week's games: the Seawolves, as I mentioned, they were dominant. They won the Saturday game against the Arrows 93-30, and then on Sunday afternoon they won 101-27. The Seawolves breaking all kinds of records against the Arrows last weekend. It's just a couple of wins for the Seawolves just to get back in the win column. Just some, get right games for UAA, and they definitely did that as the Seawolves got huge performances from Tyler Burriston, who had 18 points. Luke Johnston also coming off the bench. He had 10 points. Hassan Harrington had 13 points on 6 of 7 shooting. The Seawolves shot the ball really well last weekend. We'll see what happens here tonight against the Wolves of Newberry. We're about 4 minutes away from our starting lineups being introduced. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll have more of the pregame show. You're watching Seawolf basketball. First ever meeting between Newberry and UAA as Newberry College out of Newberry, South Carolina, making the cross-country trek here to take on the Seawolves here tonight. Even though they are a Division II foe, it's an out-of-conference or out-of-region matchup, I should say, for the Seawolves and the Wolves. Seawolves, they have been terrific defensively this season. On the year, UAA only allowing opponents to score right around 59 points per game. Newberry, on the other hand, they're allowing opponents to score 70 points on average. Seawolves averaging 76 points on the season. UAA being led by Tyler Burriston, averaging 12.2 points per game. Seawolves have 3 players averaging double figures right now. Burriston, Sean Evans with an average of 12 points per game, and then also Bishop Tosi, averaging 10.3 points per game on the young season. Should be a good matchup here tonight to start the weekend. Game number 3 of a 6-game homestand. As you see Bishop Tosi taking some free throw shots here prior to the start of this one. First year head coach Marcus Kirkland at Newberry. And then Rusty Osborne on the other side for the Seawolves. Rusty, longtime coach here at UAA in his 20th season at the helm of the men's basketball program. We'll send it over to Nate Sagan, who's serving as tonight's PA announcer for our starting lineups.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Alaska Airlines Center for tonight's game between the Newberry Wolves and your UAA Seawolves. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Newberry, South Carolina. Number 3, a forward, a senior from Traverse City, Michigan, Malachi Stremlow. At guard, a senior from Anderson, South Carolina, number 4, James LeBourne. At forward, a junior from Simpsonville, South Carolina, number 11, Drake Down. At guard, a senior from Columbia, South Carolina, number 12, Tavario Shepard. And a sophomore from Charleston, South Carolina, number 13, Makai Rivers. The Wolves are coached by Marcus Kirkland, assisted by Jelani Johnson and Brian Hewitt. And now, let's meet your Seawolves starters. At one guard, a senior from Parker, Colorado, number 1, Sean Evans. Also at guard, a junior from Draper, Utah, number 21, Tyler Burriston. Another guard, a senior from Santa Clarita, California, number 30, Dylan Barrientos. For the junior from Anchorage, Bartlett High School, number 5, Bishop Tosi. And the other 4, the sophomore from Anchorage, Grace Christian High School, number 32, Sloan Blanker. The Seawolves are coached by Rusty Osborne, assisted by Ryan Owens, Brian and
Seawolves trying to extend their 2-game winning streak. The Wolves trying to end their 2-game slide here tonight. Sloan Linford getting his first start of the season here this evening. As Bishop Tosi will get things started as he will go up against Drake Downs. Seawolves will work right to left. Newberry left to right here in the opening half as Bishop Tosi wins the opening tap. Sit back, relax, get the leftovers from yesterday on tap, as this should be a good one. As Sloan Linford finds Tosi in the paint. Bishop going to work, can't get it to fall, and a foul against the Seawolves as it will go against Sloan Linford. So Seawolves come up empty on their first possession and commit a foul as well 15 seconds into the game. As Mackay Rivers into the front court, puts in the hands of Downs briefly. Strimlow off the dribble, leading the team in scoring, averaging 11.5 points per game with the left hand, can't finish. And coming in, getting the rebound was Tyler Burriston. Dylan Barrientos will back things out as he's guarded by James Lavorne. Burriston will hand it off. Barrientos, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Linford will give it back to Dylan. Got to get a shot off here soon as Barrientos backing it out even further. As now Tosi, to beat the shot clock, launches a 3. It's only Bishop's third three-point attempt of the season. He's now 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Seawolves force a turnover. As Burriston racing into the front court, finds Sloan Linford. The sophomore, Linford in the paint. Sloan taking his time with the left hand. That one spins out. Had a good move and a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. Spinning baseline and the layup that time. Drake Downs, a junior from Simpsonville, South Carolina, scores the first points of the game. Downs averaging 10.3 points per game. As 2 minutes tick by here in the opening half. As Barrientos on the wing, Seawolves reverse the basketball over to Sean Evans now. 10 on the shot clock, batted away as James Lavorne got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Very experienced squad for Marcus Kirkland. Handful of graduate seniors on this team. Mixed in with a couple of other seniors and juniors as well, as Burriston will fire the 3 off the heel as DeVario Shepard picked up the rebound. In and out on that shot attempt as Burriston brings it up the floor. Seawolves still in search of the first points here. Sloan Linford surveying the floor, guarded by Strimlow. Now Sloan, one dribble, will kick it back out. Barrientos with a little hesitation. Back to Sloan near the right block. Linford taking his time yet again. Good defense play by Strimlow, forcing the errant shot. As Shepard racing into the front court will hand it off. Nice feed along the baseline and the flush for Drake Downs. And Newberry out in front, 4-0. 16:53 to go here in the first half as Barrientos guarded tightly by Rivers. Seawolves 0 of 5 from the field to start. That one turned over as Downs read it all the way but couldn't stay in bounds as he turns it back over to UAA. As Jesse Steins will check in. As Sloan Linford will check out. Steins, the junior out of La Miranda, California, by way of Irvine Valley College. Barrientos. Burriston. Deep into the shot clock yet again. 5 on the shot clock. As Barrientos finds Steins, got to get a shot off. Jesse does, missed everything, and a shot clock violation. And so the Seawolves all out of sorts here in the first few minutes of this opening half. Here to the near side wing, Janelle Pittman with it, as Pittman puts it on the floor, now gives it up. Rivers, tough shot, offensive foul, however. As Makai Rivers called for his first, team's first. Sluggish start here for UAA as they trail 4-0 as we reach the first media timeout. 15:59 to go in the first half. We'll step aside here briefly. You're watching Seawolf basketball. Minutes gone by here in the opening half. Seawolves trying to find some answers here in the first few minutes. UAA 0 of 6 from the field. 0 of 2 from behind the arc. Actually 0 of 3, 2 of which have been forced three-point attempts as the shot clock was expiring from Bishop Tosi and Jesse Steins. Seawolves just got to get into their half-court offense here. Trying to create some good looks. Here's Steins. As Burston will give it back. Tyler reverses it over to Barrientos. It's in on the shot clock. Dylan with the left hand. Can't get it to fall. Rolls off. Transition three. A little short that time from Lavorne. As Sean Evans fortunate enough to hang on to it after he got the pass from Steins, as Evans on the drive. Evans in the paint, hangs. Can't get that one to fall. As Malachi Strimlow comes away with it. As Barrientos bumped and fouled. Late whistle there. And Barrientos picks up his first foul. The official along the baseline let it go. It'll be the Seawolves' second team foul, and Barrientos his first. Pittman in the paint, traveled. Barrientos crosses the timeline. Burriston, nice mismatch down low, is working against James Lavorne, and Tyler Burriston finally able to score the Seawolves' first points. Came at about the 14:35 mark of this first half. As Pittman will give it up. Drew Robinson. Offensive foul. Sean Evans, the senior from Parker, Colorado, the transfer out of Nebraska Kearney. Able to take the charge. Second team foul against the Wolves. The first against Drew Robinson. Tosi calling for it. Barrientos can't get it to him. 6 minutes gone by here in the first half as Burriston finds Tosi along the baseline. Jump shot good. Bishop Tosi ties the game at 4. Lavorne swinging over to Robinson. Double team along the baseline is Strimlow. Here to the near side, Pittman spins. Pittman can't finish. Seawolves 2 of 10 from the field. They've hit their last 2 field goals as Barrientos gets the friendly bounce that time, and the Seawolves lead for the first time tonight at 6-4. So the Seawolves going on a 6-0 run after the 2-point advantage. As we go under 13 to play, and now a foul called against UAA. It's the 3rd team foul against the Seawolves, as Barrientos picks up his 2nd. John McFadden, Parker Crone will check in, along with Luke Devine as well. Lusant working against McFadden, and Gitterson Lusant, a sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida, ties it at 6. Here's a 3 by Burriston, in and out. It was halfway down and it popped out. As Pittman in the front court will give it up here to Robinson. Pittman, offensive foul. It's the 3rd offensive foul called against the Wolves here. This one going to be charged against Janile Pittman, the junior out of Lancaster, South Carolina. And the Wolves pick up their 3rd team foul here in the first half with 12:18 to play. As Evans, double team briefly, gets it back. Sean Evans hangs, can't hit it. And Shepard in the front court, gets by Burriston, lost the handle though, and will give it up. Deep 3 from the left wing, knocked down by Lavorne. Shoots 43% from behind the arc, knocks down his first 3-point field goal tonight. Came in 10 of 23 from downtown. Lavorne almost forced the turnover as Burriston trying to answer with a 3 of his own, clinks it off the front of the iron. As Lavorne puck fakes from the spot where he just knocked down the 3. And another offensive foul, lowering the shoulder, Lusant. First foul against Gitterson Lusant. Brings us to the under 12 timeout. Wolves back out in front by 3. 9-6 with 11:13 remaining here in the first half. Step aside here briefly.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, save on steel gas and battery blowers. Real Steel, find yours.
Well, it's not an offensive explosion here almost halfway through the opening first half. 9-6, Newberry out in front of UAA. Seawolves 3 of 14 from the field. Wolves 4 of 8 from the field. Seawolves being out-rebounded 11-4. As Evans brings it into the forecourt now for the Seawolves. Straightaway three, Burriston buries it. Tyler Burriston, who also shoots 43% from behind the arc, knocks down his 29th three-pointer on the season. Ties it at 9. As Lavorne here on the near side wing, guarded by Crone. Lusant lost it, turns it over. As Evans throws it here to the near side. Burriston pump fakes. Deep three, Evans. Lavorne, pump fake, now fires. Second three-point attempt knocked down by James Lavorne, senior out of Anderson, South Carolina. Lavorne now with 6. Back to a three-point lead for Newberry. Parker Crone can't dial it up. Seawolves now 1 of 8 from behind the arc. Great defense by McFadden, gets the turnover. Now Evans steps around the defender, lost it out of bounds off his leg. So the Seawolves get the turnover and then give it right back. The Wolves have committed 8 turnovers here in the first half, but thanks to the Seawolves' poor shooting, they have a 3-point lead to the Wolves as Drake Downs almost threw it away, knocked out of bounds by Hassan Harrington. That's Hassan checking in for his first action here tonight. Cusack handed off. And another turnover as Lavorne stepped on the far sideline right in front of the Seawolf bench. Seawolves got to cash in on these turnovers. As Luke Devine out of the perimeter. Parker Crone. Harrington hesitates, gives it up. Evans in rhythm for 3. Bishop Tosi with an offensive rebound and is fouled. It'll be the 4th team foul against Newberry with 8:59 to go here in the first half. As Mackay Rivers comes back in, Barrientos will check in for Sean Evans. As Hassan Harrington will throw it in from baseline. Barrientos. Tosi hauls it in. Tosi working against Strimlow. Gives it up. Hassan Harrington had it blocked from behind. And Newberry comes away with it. Quickly, Rivers all the way to the 10. No whistle. Play on as Robinson picks up the loose ball. A lot of contact on that drive. As Robinson. Cusack traveled, shrugged that left foot as he was trying to get the pass away. Booker Cusack, graduate senior out of Lexington, South Carolina, turns it over for the 10th time. Seawolves yet to commit a turnover. Barrientos from the elbow. Ball loose on the floor as Drake Downs comes away with it. Seawolves just cannot buy a bucket so far here in the first half. As Robinson off the bounce will kick it back out to Strimlow. Plenty of time on the shot clock, 15 seconds. Barrientos reaches in, almost knocked it away. Wide open underneath was Booker Cusack. Had a double team out near half court, and we fell asleep along the baseline. Deep three, Krohn. Now Seawolves forcing up three-point attempts. Another one and done possession for UAA as Downs double teamed at the right block. Hassan Harrington knocked it free, but Downs picks up the loose ball. Downs backing his way in, will kick it back out. Went off the official, stayed in play. Here's Tosi in transition, stripped of the basketball, and it will stay with the Seawolves as Malachi Strimlow knocked it away from Bishop Tosi. Wow, what an interesting last 90 seconds here. The Seawolves trail at the under 8 timeout, 14-9.
One in 5 Americans deal with mental health conditions every year. No matter who you are, it's okay to ask for help. So don't wait. Premier Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Exactly 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Seawolves trailing 14-9. UAA here in the first half, 4 of 23 from the field, 17%, 1 of 10 from behind the arc. Newberry 6 of 11, but they've also turned the ball over 11 times as well. It's just been a struggle offensively for UAA to start here in this first half. Trying to get anything to go. Tyler Burriston leading the Seawolves so far in points, 2 of 5 from the field with 5 points. As James Lavorne leading the way with 6 points on 2 of 3 shooting. All 6 of his points coming from behind the three-point line. So out of the break, Hassan Harrington will throw it in from the baseline. Harrington, nowhere to go, tough shot, able to get the friendly bounce. Hassan Harrington, it's his first bucket. And Wolves brought the ball in the front court. Shot clock never reset there. It was already down to 23, and Wolves didn't even eat 7 seconds off the clock when they came into the front court. So see what they reset it here too. Feel some scorers looking at the scoring mechanism that keeps track of time and score on the far side there. Something may have gotten unplugged, it looks like. Who knows? Well, they need a different controller, perhaps. So now we got a timeout for the officials with 6:45 remaining. Hassan Harrington scored the last Seawolf bucket. As they're switching out the controllers on the 4-pad unit. See if that fixes the situation here. As now we look like we are ready to go. So with the Wolves with the basketball in the front court, they will reset the shot clock here. As Rusty Osborne talking with Devario Shepard. Put 24 seconds back on the shot clock. As Strimlow spins, can't get the shot to fall. Ball falls right in the hands of Drake Downs, guarded by Luke Devine, as Downs will kick it back out. Straightaway three by Shepard. As Devario Shepard knocks down the three-point field goal. It's the third three that Newberry has hit. Team that came in shooting right around 29% from behind the arc on the season. Pass broken up from Devine. As Shepard in transition gives it up. Strimlow on the drive, another offensive foul. It's the fourth offensive foul called against the Wolves. It's their sixth team foul. That turnover by Luke Devine a moment ago, by the way, is the first turnover the Seawolves have committed here tonight, as Bishop Tosi at the free throw line will kick it out. The three from the corner, missed everything by Zach Ebbetson. Ball never hit the rim, so the shot clock never reset as Hassan Harrington had it. There's 6 seconds remaining in the foul committed by the Wolves. It's the seventh team foul, which will lead to a 1-and-1 situation here for Hassan Harrington. Hassan on the season, 75% from the free throw line. Hassan averaging 7.2 points per game, also about 3.5 rebounds per game as well. Already with 2 points here tonight and can't hit the front end of the 1-and-1. Drake Downs. And a flop going to be called against Hassan Harrington. See if they count the bucket. No more warning on a flop any longer. So they count the bucket. Make it 19-11. As Drake Downs now with 6 points. As Devine at the right elbow. Tosi will launch his second three-point field goal attempt, and he knocks it down. It's the first three-pointer that Bishop Tosi has hit this season. As a jump stop, Strimlow lost it. Skip pass here to the near side. Step back. Shepard, three. Missed everything. Zach Ebbetson gives it up. Barrientos. Luke Devine. Baseline drive cut off by Downs. Seawolves down by 5. 19-14 as Tosi. 5 on the shot clock. Tosi Can't get the shot to fall. Tapped around as Downs comes away with it. There's Drake Downs. On the right baseline, working against Tosi. Spins and is fouled. And Drake Downs will go to the free throw line. So Downs at the stripe. First free throw attempts tonight here for the Wolves. As Downs knocks down the first. Downs on the season, a good free throw shooter, 83%. As Downs hits 1 out of 2. Sloan Linford back in, had it for a moment. Here's Sean Evans out on the perimeter now. As we're under 4 minutes to play here in the opening half. Ibbotson stripped of the basketball. Rivers almost lost it, hung on to it. His pass deflected, however, right into the hands of Downs. Drake Downs backing his way in. As Rivers will launch the 3 off the front of the rim. Tosi picks up the rebound. As Evans hangs on to it as he's falling out of bounds, throws it back in, somehow into the hands of Burriston, who knocks down a 3. Seawolves get a 3-pointer out of a scramble and get back within 3. Basketball was volleyballed around a couple of times before the 3 by Burriston. As Downs can't get the shot from in close to fall as it rolls off the iron. Burriston, another 3. Tyler Burriston, back-to-back trays, and we're tied at 20. Tyler now with 11 points. Knocks down his 3rd three-point field goal. As Downs lays it up and in. Downs now with 9. Ibbotson will swing it here to the near side as Evans. Ibbotson for 3. As Shepard racing into the front court, keeps it himself. Shepard, count it, and 1 for DeVario Shepard as Tosi trying to take the charge. Unable to do so. And Shepard will be at the free throw line when we come back. We reach the under 4 timeout, 2:01 to go in the first half. As Newberry out in front, 24-20. Seawolves trail by 4 with 2:01 remaining here in the first half as DeVario Shepard, the senior from Columbia, South Carolina, stands at the free throw line trying to complete a 3-point play. Shepard on the year, 3 of 6 on the season from the free throw line. As Shepard misses the free throw. As Burriston brings the ball into the front court as he's guarded tightly by Shepard. Davidson needs some help. Coming up on 90 seconds to play here in the first half. As McFadden working to get Strimlow. 10 on the shot clock. Fadeaway J, yes. John McFadden. It's UAA back within a couple. 24-22. As Rivers will give it up. Shepard now at the left elbow, steps back, knocks it down. Devario Shepard came in averaging 5.8 points per game, now has 7 already. Gets a turnover here as Shepard finds Rivers, and Rivers will back things out. Eight on the shot clock. The runner off the glass that time by Cusack. Can't get it to fall as McFadden pulls down the rebound. Hubitson goes baseline. Finds Sloan Linfer. Sloan can't get it to go, but he is fouled and he'll go to the line. Assistant coach Ryan Orton pleading with Sloan just to finish it. Trying to get that bucket to fall. This is an area where Sloan Linfer has been trying to improve his free throw shooting. As the sophomore hits the first, came in 4 of 10 from the free throw line on the year. As Hassan Harrington checks back in, as Tyler Burriston will take a seat. And a lane violation against Newberry after that missed free throw by Linfer. So Sloan will get a second crack at it as James Lavorne got into the lane a little early. And Linfer barely grazed the iron. Ball loose on the floor. It's still loose. Finally, Rivers picked it up, but a foul against Hassan Harrington. It's the 6th team foul against UAA. Lob it down low, Cusack, he throws it away. As Harrington with it, about a 2-second differential between the shot clock and game clock as Evans out near half court will set up the offense here for the Seawolves. As Evans on the drive, Evans all the way to the rim. As Sean Evans gets UAA within 1, shot clock is off with 10 seconds to go. As now Marcus Kirkland will call timeout with 6.3 remaining. And draw up something here prior to the end of the first half. So the Seawolves starting to get the offense rolling just a little bit. UAA now 10 of 33 from the field. Newberry 11 of 21. And also 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Seawolves 4 of 15 from behind the three-point line here so far this evening. Tyler Burriston, the catalyst that has kind of gotten the Seawolves offense going in the right direction here. He has 11 points on 4 of 7 shooting, 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Also has 5 rebounds to lead UAA so far tonight. As out of the timeout, Pittman to throw it in. 5 seconds on the game clock as Rivers lobs it down low, went off the hands of Strimlow and out of bounds. And now it's Rusty Osborne's turn with 1.8 to call timeout. And see what the Seawolves can draw up to try to take a lead into the locker room. So UAA will have the basketball with 1.8 remaining. Harrington will throw it in as Justice Cole comes in to guard the entry pass. Cole standing 6'6". As Harrington steps back to throw it in. He'll throw it into the front court. McFadden tried to get to it. It was punched in the air by Lavorne, and that will do it for the first half. Seawolves trail by 1 at the break, 26-25. As we'll step aside, we'll come back here at halftime. Here at halftime at the Alaska Airlines Center, Seawolves trail by 1, 26-25. It was a slow start for both these clubs offensively, especially for UAA there in the first 4 minutes. Seawolves struggling to shoot the basketball. One time their shooting percentage hovered right around 17% in that first half. Seawolves able to get the wheels in motion a little bit offensively. They upped their shooting percentage in that first half to 30% as we take a look at the first half stats. Seawolves were 10 of 33 from the field. They were 4 of 15 from behind the three-point line. 1 of 3 from the free throw line, had 13 rebounds, 7 assists, had 5 steals. Seawolves took great care of the basketball, only 3 turnovers. They just could not get shots to fall in that first half. Seawolves were led by Tyler Burriston, who had 11 points on 4 of 7 shooting, 3 of 6 from behind the arc, also had 5 rebounds and 2 assists in 14 minutes of play in that first half. And he's really the lone bright spot so far for UAA offensively. 2 points for Sean Evans, 2 for Dylan Barrientos, 1 for Sloan Linford, Bishop Tosi with 5, McFadden with a couple, and Harrington with 2. Seawolves very fortunate to only be down by 1 at the break. The reason why they're only down 1, the defense. The Seawolf defense forced 14 turnovers in that first half. Converted those 14 turnovers into 11 points in the first 20 minutes. As we take a look at the totals for the Newberry Wolves, they were led by the 9 points of Drake Downs, at 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting, 1 of 2 from the free throw line in 11 minutes. 7 points for Devario Shepard on 3 of 4 shooting in 14 minutes. Shepard also with 3 assists. 6 points for James Lavorne, all 6 of his points coming from behind the arc. 2 points for Gitterson Lusat as well. As a team, the Wolves were 11 of 21, 52%, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, and 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 24 rebounds for the Wolves in that first half, 9 assists. But I'm sure the biggest thing that head coach Marcus Kirkland is looking at is those 14 turnovers that his club committed. And would like to fix that situation. Points in the paint. Newberry 14-8, favoring the Wolves. Seawolves mentioned they had 11 points off turnovers. Seawolves committed 3 turnovers, but Newberry unable to capitalize on them. So UAA, after the offensive explosion the last couple of games, now granted it was against a very short-handed Portland Bible team, and also a Portland Bible team who was not an NCAA sanctioned team as well. So the Seawolves men trail by 1 at the end of the first half. The UAA women were in action earlier tonight, got things started with a 80-41 victory for the Seawolves, as UAA now improving to 7-1 on the season, as UAA tonight, they were led by Jazz Evans, who had 16 points off the bench in 21 minutes of action. 14 points for Tori Hollingshead as well. The Seawolves staying undefeated here at the Alaska Airlines Center. UAA and South Dakota Mines will play again tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. And then the UAA men will play later that evening at 5:15 as well. As the Seawolves out of the locker room, getting ready for the second half. Seawolf hockey on the road this weekend as they are playing at Wisconsin. A tough way to start the road trip for the Seawolves tonight, as they lost 7-1 in Madison, Wisconsin. As Dylan Contreras responsible for the lone UAA goal tonight. Seawolves back on the ice tomorrow against Wisconsin. UAA hockey in the midst of a 5-game road trip. They'll stay on the road to play at Stonehill and then at Merrimack December 6th and 7th as well. This is the 3rd game of 6 at home for both the UAA women and men here tonight. Seawolves after this weekend will get into conference play as UAA will take on St. Martin's in Western Oregon, both on the men's and women's side, to start the month of December on December 5th and 7th. Well, teams are back out on the floor getting warmed up for the second half. We'll take a quick break and we'll get ready for half number 2. Seawolves trailing by a point, 26-25. We'll step aside as you're watching Seawolf basketball. Wolves will have the basketball to start the second half. As teams will switch directions as Newberry will work right to left, Seawolves left to right. Seawolves able to weather the poor shooting performance in the first half, only trail by 1. Seawolves trying to win 3 in a row. Newberry trying to end their 2-game losing streak after they dropped their first 2 games in conference. Newberry losing against Lenore Rhine back on November 20th. And losing on 26th against Tusculum. Find themselves with a 1-point lead through the Wolves as we start the second half. As Downs in the lane with the right hand, picks up where he left off. Downs now in double figures. He has 11. Seawolves, by the way, they last led when it was 6-4. 12:59 to go in the first half. As Burriston goes baseline, we'll give it up to McFadden. As Burriston finds Tosi, who hit a 3 earlier already. Tosi on the drive with the right hand, offline. Another shot from in tight. The Seawolves can't finish. As Tosi got his left foot on it, kicked it out of bounds. And Newberry will throw it in. Just underway here in the second half. Downs tapped it to himself, guarded by McFadden. It's Downs will give it up. Nice pass into the hands of Shepard, and Devario Shepard will go to the line. As Shepard in the act of shooting will get 2 free throw attempts. Shepard was 0 for 1 prior to that one. It's the free throw. Knocks down a pair. So Newberry scoring the first 4 points of the second half. Barrientos with the right hand. Slips to the rim and lays it up and in. Knocked away by McFadden, but into the hands of Rivers. Here's Rivers, guarded by Barrientos in the corner, and a whistle and a foul against John McFadden. Foul was away from the basketball as McFadden gets called for the hold. It's his second foul. McFadden gets the steal, however, as he is fouled along the sideline. Nice cut by McFadden. Behind the back pass to Tosi, and then the block shot by Downs. Put back by Tosi, doesn't fall either. As 2 minutes tick by here in the second half as Downs throws it back in play to Strimlow. Impressive play by Drake Downs to keep it alive. As now Rivers will slow it down a little bit. As Downs at the free throw line, guarded by McFadden, leans in, able to finish. Drake Downs now with 13 points. As McFadden at the right block. Nice cut by Barrientos, but it goes out of bounds off of Barrientos. Rivers into the front court. LaForne back to Rivers. LaForne, baseline drive cut off nicely by Barrientos. Shepard still with it. Shepard, and a 3-second violation against the Wolves. Evans able to hang on to it. LaForne gambled and came up empty. Tosi. 3-ball, Burriston can't hit it. And a foul against UAA. As McFadden called for the foul. As the foul will be McFadden's 3rd foul. It's also the 3rd team foul against UAA with 16:35 to go. On the drive that time. Guess who? This time it's Devario Shepard. It's been Shepard and Downs who have led the way for Newberry as Barrientos lost it, got it back. Steins in the corner. Seawolves reverse the basketball. 16 minutes to play in the second half as Tosi spins and able to finish. A little bit of contact there as Bishop Tosi. Now with 7. Lavorne can't get that shot to go in transition. A one and done possession for Newberry that time. Shepard and Downs have combined for 24 to 34 points for Newberry so far tonight. As Lavorne on the drive, all the way to the rim. Nobody cut off the drive as Lavorne now with 8 points. Got to a 7-point lead as Burstyn, Evans, corner 3, needed it, had to have it. As Evans now with 5 as he connects on his first 3-point field goal. And a foul against Evans. That will put Rivers at the free throw line. So 2 shots coming up for the Wolves when we return. 15:02 to go here in the second half. Seawolves trail by 4, 36-32. This is Seawolf basketball.
Don't re-roof, restore with Alaska Roof Restorations, specializing in the inspection, repair, and restoration of existing flat, low slope, and metal roofs. Our completely seamless system seals out water and is proven to perform in Alaska's tough climate, offering a long-lasting, cost-effective, sustainable alternative to traditional re-roofing. Plus, with maintenance reapplication and our renewable warranty, your roof can last the life of the building. Contact us today for a free quote. AlaskaRoofRestorations.com.
Seawolves trailing by 4 with 15:02 to play. It's been a while since UAA has led in this game. Led at the 12:59 mark of the first half when it was 6-4. A couple of free throws coming up here for Mackay Rivers. Rivers yet to score tonight in his 19 minutes. Rivers averaging 6.3 points per game, 63% shooter from the free throw line is Rivers. As he knocks down the first. It's a pair. And it's Hassan Harrington running along the baseline, throws it in. Got a brief touch. Here's Tosi. Guarded by Strimlow in the paint. Tosi backing down. Tosi off the window. Tosi now with 9. There's Bishop starting to get going a little bit. Ten on the shot clock. As Pittman able to get it to go as Hassan Harrington comes away with it. As Tosi swing it around the horn. Evans got freed up for a moment. Harrington, 17-footer, knocks it down. Seawolves back within 3. And somehow Rivers able to get that one to fall. First field goal tonight for Mackay Rivers. Steins will kick it back out. Tosi, another three. Offensive rebound, Hassan Harrington. As that one thrown away that time by Drew Robinson. And the Seawolves will take over after the 17th turnover committed by Newberry here tonight. Chance for the Seawolves to tie or take the lead with a three here. As we go into 13 minutes to play. As Evans will back it out, Seawolves will set up the half-court offense here. Tosi sets the screen. Evans, the floater, can't get it to fall. Ball loose on the floor, and now a held ball. They're going to say a held ball. And the Newberry coaching staff asking for a 3-second violation, to which they might have had a valid argument. Well, if the held ball call keeps the basketball with UAA. Stevenson, baseline drive. Steins, open three. And a foul against the Seawolves. Called against Hassan Harrington. As Harrington will be charged with a second foul. It'll be the 5th team foul against UAA. Bishop Tosi will check out. Lusant gives it up. Pittman back to Lusant. Lusant lost it, out of bounds. Hassan Harrington looking around, wasn't sure if he heard a whistle or not. Maybe play was continuing. So Drake Downs will check back in as Malachi Strimlow will check out. As Harrington brings the ball in the front court, we'll hand it off. As Evans guarded tightly by Rivers, and a travel against Sean Evans. As Rivers, Toussaint got good positioning and able to finish. Or Toussaint, now 2 for 2, 4 points. Back out to a 4-point lead, 42-38. Stevenson here to the near side. Steins off the dribble, no. As Downs into the front court. Corner three, Robinson. It's the first 3-point field goal the Wolves have hit here in the second half. And just like that, it's back out to a 7-point lead, 45-38, timeout, Rusty Osborne and the Seawolves with 10:57 to go in the second half. Seawolves here in the second half, 6 of 15 from the field. They've scored 13 points. Newberry 7 of 9 shooting so far here in the second half. They have 19 points. They're also 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's start. Left foot, let's start. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time.
Seawolves being out-rebounded tonight, 28-18.
Foot two stumps.
26-12 on the defensive glass.
Slide to the right. Crisscross.
It's not very often you see the turnover margin where it is, and being plus 13 in the turnover margin, as UAA is, and trailing by 7. The Seawolves have forced 18 turnovers.
Left foot two stumps. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
But yet trail on the scoreboard.
Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 5 hops this time. Right foot, let's go.
Out of the timeout. Zach Evenson with the basketball as Sean Evans trying to get positioning down low against Rivers, and Rivers called for the foul. It'll be Newberry's second team foul as Rivers picks up his third foul of the evening. Brings us to the media timeout. 10:49 remaining in the second half. 45-38. We'll step aside here briefly. Seawolves trailing. You're watching Seawolf basketball. .49 remaining in the second half. The Newberry Wolves out in front of the Seawolves, 45-38. As Hassan Harrington will throw it in for the baseline. Sloan Linford leans in, able to finish over Lusant. Deep three, Robinson left it short. Long rebound to Cusack, however. Here's Downs, mismatch down low. Now he's double teamed. Skip pass here to Robinson. Step back, three, no. As Evans comes away with it, Seawolves down by 5. Harrington, Evenson for 3. As Jesse Steins gets an offensive rebound. Another 3, Evenson. Offensive putback, no good. Seawolves have 3 looks at it, come up empty. As Downs drives the baseline, and he's fouled by Sloan Linford. It's the 6th team foul against UAA. As Linford picks up his 2nd. So one more foul against the Seawolves will put Newberry at the free throw line for the bonus. Lusant baseline jumper. As Evans goes up to haul in the rebound. 3rd board tonight for Sean Evans. Linford gets it back. Sloan backing his way in. No. tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with UAA. Sloan got just a sliver of room and got free, but couldn't get the bucket to fall. Seawolves will hang on to it as it went out of bounds. And a dangerous inbound pass that's knocked into the backcourt. And it will stay with UAA as Drew Robinson got a hand on it. "17 seconds on the shot clock. As Harrington will hand it off. Under 10 now. Evans. Harrington for 3 to beat the shot clock, and it's Rivers that hauls in the defensive rebound. And it's the 7th foul against UAA, which will bring up a 1-and-1 situation for the Wolves. Zach Hubitson commits the foul 90 feet away from the hoop. And so Rivers at the free throw line, 2 for 2 tonight so far. 1-and-1 situation coming up. Knocks down the free throw. Once again, Rivers hits a pair of free throws. As Barrientos crosses the timeline. Burriston fading away from 15. No, McFadden offensive rebound blocked by Downs that time and gets it back. Barrientos. 7 on the shot clock. Seawolves got to get a shot off. Barrientos on the drive. Dillon has that erased. 1 second remaining on the shot clock here. The lob, and a shot clock violation. So the ball goes out of bounds, shot clock expired. Seawolves trailing by 7. As we get into the later stages of this second half, 8 minutes remaining. Downs, working against Evenson down low. Can't get it to go. Tap follow, no good by Cusack as it's tracked down by Downs along the baseline. Still loose on the floor, and now a held ball, and the possession arrow will give it back to the Wolves. Brings us to the under 8 timeout. Seawolves trailing by 7, 47-40 with 7:41 remaining here in the second half. We'll step aside. You're watching Seawolf basketball. Seawolves struggling from the field tonight, 17 of 57, 30% from the field for UAA. They're 5 of 23 from behind the arc. have not gotten to the free throw line a whole bunch so far tonight. They're 1 of 3 as a team from the free throw line. Have not shot a free throw here in the second half. Out of the break, Shepard to throw it in here from the near side. Strimlow at the elbow will give it back to Rivers. Shepard skip pass. Robinson, Rivers now drive. Bounce pass knocked away. Off the hands of Strimlow. Seawolves come away with it. It's into the corner. McFadden spins baseline. Barrientos mid-range. Rebound by Downs. 6th rebound tonight for Drake Downs. Knocked away yet again. Seawolves force another turnover. Can they turn it into points though? Burris in for 3. Another one and done possession for UAA. As the foul against McFadden will put Rivers back at the free throw line. So Rivers already 4 for 4 from the stripe. It's the 8th team foul against UAA. 1-and-1 situation here as Rivers gets the friendly bounce. It's the front end of the 1-and-1. Largest lead of the game now for the Wolves as Rivers extends it to a 9-point lead with 6:41 to play. As McFadden in the front court will hand it off. Tosi, top of the circle. 10 on the shot clock. Nice cut, Zach Ibbotson. Rivers for 3, buries it. First 3-point field goal that Rivers has hit. Make it a 10-point lead. It's in here near side. As Barrientos fouled. It's only the 3rd team foul against Newberry, however. As the Seawolves will inbound from the baseline. As Rivers checks out, James Lavorne will check back in. How about Rivers tonight? 11 points. As Rivers averaging 6.3 points per game, has doubled that here this evening. The 3 rattles home, Zach Ibbotson. Trying to answer the 3 off the front of the iron. A whistle on the rebound against Newberry. Sean Evans will check in. Zach Ibbotson will take a seat. And John McFadden stepped in bounds prior to throwing it in. Either McFadden stepped in bounds or he moved. Either way, it's a turnover. Robinson lost it. Barrientos saves it. McFadden One-on-one, steps through, the block shot by Shepard. McFadden got it back, can't get it. Tap follow is good by Tosi. Seawolves on a little 5-0 run over the last minute. As Downs able to respond. Drake Downs quiets the crowd for a moment. Back out to a 7-point lead for Newberry as McFadden reverses the basketball. Now Tosi, top of the circle, pivots around. We'll give it up. McFadden, or actually check that, Burriston with the three-point attempt. Can't dial it up as Robinson racing into the front court. And now LaVorn will slow it down a little bit. Nice feed down low, Strimlow. As Strimlow scores his first bucket tonight, came in averaging 11.5 points, leading the Wolves in points per game so far this season, but he is at a quiet night as he scores his first bucket there. As Evans able to respond. Seawolves, however, got to get defensive stops as they get back within 7. Downs facing up against McFadden. Downs throws it away. 22nd turnover tonight by the Wolves. As we're under 4 minutes to play. As Barrientos got it for a brief second. Over on the far side now, Evans. Barrientos here on the wing, off the dribble. Bishop spinning. Bishop can't get it to fall, but he will go to the line for 2. Bishop Tosi will be at the free throw line for 2 shots when we come back. 3:01 to go here in the second half. Seawolves trailing 56-49. We'll step aside as you're watching Seawolf basketball. Do the Seawolves have another run at them here down the stretch as they trail by 7 with 3:01 remaining? Chance to get a little bit closer here as Bishop Tosi will be at the free throw line for a couple of shots. Be the first free throw attempts tonight for Bishop. Tosi is 70% free throw shooter on the season. Tosi tonight, 11 points on 5 of 13. Tosi had 5 points in the first half as he knocks down the first free throw. Tosi knocks down both. Seawolves within 5 as we hit 3 to play. Cusack gives it up. Strimlow. As LaVorn guarded tightly by Harrington, now LaVorn. As Cusack, 15-footer off the heel. Sean Evans with the rebound. Tosi, he's had the hot hand. Left that short. Harrington with the offensive rebound. Hassan goes up, can't get it. The tap follows off the mark as well. And now a foul, or no, a travel against Newberry. It looked like initially it was going to be a foul call coming in, but it's a traveling violation. And even head coach Marcus Kirkland was wondering if there was a foul initially. But it's a travel that gets UAA the basketball back. Stein, top of the key, 2 to play now. A whistle away from the basketball as it's called against Malachi Strimlow, a graduate senior from Traverse City, Michigan. Picks up the team's 6th foul. As Strimlow called for his 3rd. So one more foul against the Wolves will put the Seawolves in the bonus. Goes all the way in the backcourt where Sean Evans tracks it down. He almost gets the sense that the Seawolves need a bucket on this possession. Here's Evans. Missed from in close. Steins with another offensive rebound, but lost it out of bounds. Another shot, which the Seawolves have missed from about 2 feet and in. Seawolves have had 69 shot attempts tonight. They're 21 of 69 from the field. Newberry, 21 of 40 from the field tonight. .100 seconds remaining. Robinson will back it out a little bit. And now they're going to isolate Drew Robinson against McFadden. As Evans switched on to Robinson, now 5. Downs, lost it, had it poked away by McFadden. A reach-in foul against Drew Robinson, which will bring up a 1-and-1 now for Sean Evans. What a heads-up play by John McFadden. Poked that free out of the hands of Drake Downs. And now Evans at the free throw line. As Evans, the 90% free throw shooter, hits the front end. Chance to get the Seawolves within a possession here if he can hit this free throw. Evans knocks down a pair, UAA within 3. Seawolves on a 6-0 run over the last 2:46. Fans starting to make some noise a little bit. As we come upon a minute remaining. As LaForne swing it back over to the far side into the hands of Strimlow. 12 on the shot clock. The cut by Downs and the flush. And a timeout going to be called by UAA. A huge bucket by Drake Downs on the dunk. It ended a 6-0 run for UAA. Back out to a 2-possession ball game. And a 5-point lead with 58-53 with 45.6 remaining. That play by McFadden that got Sean Evans to the free throw line. Seawolves have forced 24 turnovers tonight. UAA has taken good care of the basketball. They've only turned it over 7 times themselves, but the story of the night is UAA just not being able to buy a bucket at times. Seawolves have had numerous chances, if you were to look at a shot chart from tonight, from 5 feet and in, that they have just not been able to capitalize on. It's been that kind of rough night from the field for UAA. 45.6 to go. They trail by 5. Seawolves need to get a quick bucket here. Doesn't necessarily need to be a 3. As McFadden, Evanson, give it up. Tosi is fouled. And Strimlow called for the foul. And Bishop Tosi will go to the free throw line. It's the 4th foul against Strimlow. So Tosi at the stripe. Bishop now 3 of 3, trying to get the Seawolves back within 3. Be a 1-second differential between shot clock and game clock. The Seawolves foul intentionally, which it looks like they are going to do. It'll be a 1-on-1 situation coming up for the Wolves as Tosi knocks down both. How quick do the Seawolves foul? Hasn't come yet. 27 seconds remaining. As Downs with it. Now the Seawolves want to foul, and they do. They foul Drake Downs, who is an 83% free throw shooter. Downs, however, 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. Tyler Burriston checking back in. And of course, you want him on the floor in this situation. One of the sharp shooters for UAA. It is a 1-on-1 situation here. Downs has had a terrific night. 17 points, 8 of 11 from the field, 6 rebounds. Chance to add to that here. And he makes it. Comes up clutch. Makes it a 2-possession ball game. As Drake Downs knocks down both free throws, 20.6 seconds remaining. Seawolves trail by 5 yet again, and then UAA turns it over. A collision on the near sideline as McFadden was trying to set a screen. And the Seawolves turn it over. On a night in which UAA is taking good care of the basketball, in the waning moments when they could ill afford to have a turnover, they give it right back to the Wolves. As now Burriston will foul Rivers. 2 shots coming up as that's the 10th team foul against UAA. As the Seawolves on the verge of losing another tough game here tonight, as Rivers knocks down the free throw. Rivers 7 of 7 from the free throw line, now 8 of 8. As Evans quickly into the front court. Seawolves need a 3. Harrington fires offline. Ball volleyballed around as Lavorne comes away with it with 4 seconds. Lavorne throws it up ahead to Robinson, and that will do it. The Seawolves come out of the short end tonight as they lose by the final score of 62-55. as the Newberry Wolves come in and pick up the victory. They end their 2-game losing streak. The Seawolves' 2-game winning streak comes to an end, and they still have yet to win against a Division II opponent here this season as UAA. A tough way to lose for the Seawolves. They played great defense, forced 24 turnovers tonight, but just could not shoot the basketball well enough, as the Seawolves go 21 of 70 from the field here tonight. Seawolves were led by the 15 points of Bishop Tosi on 5 of 15 in 31 minutes of action. The Newberry Wolves got 19 points from Drake Downs on 8 of 11 shooting and 6 rebounds in 27 minutes of action. These two teams will be back in action here tonight, or tomorrow night, I should say, as they will play at 5:15 tomorrow night here at the Alaska Airlines Center. Tough one for the Seawolves, as they will now fall to the 4-6 overall, and the Newberry Wolves improve their record to 3-2 on the season. Another doubleheader coming up here tomorrow night from the Alaska Airlines Center. The UAA women will kick things off tomorrow at 3 p.m. here against South Dakota Mines, as the Seawolves will try to stay perfect here at the Alaska Airlines Center. So until tomorrow night, another doubleheader coming up. I'm Keaton Homer signing off. Tough loss for UAA tonight as they lose 62-55. Until tomorrow afternoon. Good night, everybody.